Well, when it's Friday, you know it's nothing but fun and more fun to look out for on the show. Good morning. I'm Yomi Owope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. This is Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, we're the biggest thing at this time of the day on
We're
TV.
the number one breakfast show, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So we love to say it, but it's actually true.
Yeah. We're going to be here all the way till 9 this morning. And we're live every day from Monday to Friday from the studios of TVC Communication right here in Lagos.
So nothing but fun, and more fun on Wake Up Nigeria. We're streaming live on tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. You can look us up at TVC Connect. For comments, make sure you use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria.
Yeah, and guess what's happening in the kitchen as usual on Fridays? Chef Mary Jane, she's back.
Yes,
with
indeed.
Mary in the kitchen.
Good morning.
Mary and Mary.
Yeah.
Run.
Mary and Mary Jane.
The combination is just beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
I wonder what she's putting together today. Something ethnic, some ethnic goodness.
Something
I
Yeah,
exciting
it's
and
always
original.
something very nice.
All right, can't
And
wait.
spicy as well.
She's already getting into the swing of things.
Mary Jane, full of spice.
We have to move along.
All right, and then of course, make sure you keep your comments coming because today someone is going to win
Yes.
a cell phone.
Yes, indeed.
On
well,
the show.
So
Okay.
the way we're doing it is we're going to start it from today and conclude it next week.
Yeah,
we're
right,
trying
okay.
to drag it out. We want to make it as exciting as possible for everyone to be a part of.
To be a part of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then of course also we'll be giving out tickets. So let's see. Let's talk about
Tickets for what?
ticket. Okay, we will give out tickets I can see any movie, and then of course there's tickets I can just see Avengers.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah,
Avengers
That's what I wanted to
I
say.
mean,
because
I'm very
you know,
so excited. 'Cause
I
now
know
Mary's
someone
not-
on my timeline who is waiting for it to be 500 naira.
Really?
I'm telling
No, Mary's not
Really?
so excited so much. Mary will prefer books to movies, but this movie has got Mary excited. So imagine if Mary has gotten this excited, then you would want to see it. So on social media,
Two
just
movies I've seen this year that got me excited.
which
I couldn't believe Jumanji was somehow,
Oh,
but
okay.
I still liked it somehow.
goodness.
I guess the foolishness
It was
was
fun.
the
It was a
amusing
fun
part.
movie.
And
Yeah.
then the Avengers, the Black Panther. Oh my gosh. So Black Panther has made me like, okay, I think I want to see Avengers.
okay.
Trust me, you don't think, just know.
Just
you have
know.
to see.
Okay, so on social
Yeah.
media, just let us know. Just let us know what you think about it. For those that have seen it, well, it's 1 week already. Spoilers are already there out. If you've not
They're
yet
out
seen
there.
it, so just let's know what you think
I
about
keep hearing
Avengers.
about Rapture. What's that?
Don't worry, don't
Stop
worry.
it.
don't worry.
Just stop. Just
Stop
stop.
it.
Don't go further
I
than
keep
that.
hearing about people that
No.
die.
Spoilers.
I don't understand.
We're not supposed to.
Just
Okay.
chill. Okay, so
Have you watched it? No, not yet.
No, I haven't seen
Okay,
it.
but I just want to tell them what to do. Just on social
Okay,
media,
yeah.
just
Yeah,
let's
right.
know what you think about the whole Avengers, Infinity War spoilers you've heard. Why would you want the ticket? Just the hashtag is Avengers Infinity War, hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. Just join those hashtags. Let's just talk about it.
Yeah,
and,
so we'll give out,
You
you
probably
know, all
get
the
See
tickets.
Mike glowing, the ticket man. Everybody's
So,
darling.
on the news, you know, we usually do all these random
Yeah.
pieces of news. So another woman in Lagos who's a lawyer killed her husband.
I just saw that this morning.
Okay.
I saw the full
It's
story
crazy.
this morning.
Like, it's
Crazy.
becoming more rampant. It's like women are, more women are paying back the men. But not just in their own coin, but they're really going to the extreme. She made sure that he died.
He died. She's a lawyer.
Wow.
He's
And
a
she's
lawyer.
a lawyer.
Yeah.
Both of them are lawyers. And the story is that she wanted him to include her in his will.
And
he didn't. He already has, he was married before her,
Yeah.
and he had a child, and they didn't have a child. So she even attempted to kill herself after. So you're talking about educated people, lawyers.
Yeah.
So the point is, mental health is a big issue. Well, let's not sweep it under the carpet.
Yeah, we keep talking
mental
about
health
this,
is a
yeah.
big issue. It's not something from village. It's not something you say.
well, yeah, mental health is one thing, but then also counseling is another issue before marriage. Understanding the partner before you're going into this partnership with this person. Because in the end, it's just like a business transaction. You don't go into business with someone you don't completely
And then you're
trust
getting your
and
will
know.
done. Why tell people what's in your will?
You guys are
okay.
going in. You guys,
That
the
was going
direction,
in different
another
direction.
you guys, the direction you guys are going is.
So
is-
you
is
are
a bit
talking
funny.
about the brutality here.
I'm talking about brutality, and I think I support what Mike is saying about mental health treatment, because sometimes you never really know what could go wrong. Post-traumatic stress, different things happen even within the marriage. So that can happen after you've gotten married. So
after the counseling,
mental
after all
health,
that,
mental health treatment.
That's why things like sharing your will.
All right, so there's still quite a lot to talk about when it comes to that. We would love to know what you have to say on our social media pages. Remember the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria.
On to the news now, and Blessing Idahosa is on standby for us.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the updates this morning. We begin with Senator Dino Melaye's troubles, which appear to be mounting as a magistrate court in his home state, Kogi, has ordered that he remains in police custody for the next 38 days, and that will be till June the 11th. Chief Magistrate Suleiman Abdullahi refused the Kogi West Senator bail after he was charged with conspiracy, gun running and kidnapping. The lawmaker was stretchered to court in a police ambulance around 9 a.m. local time. Before his arrival, heavily armed policemen were stationed within and outside the court premises. Melaye was declared wanted following his refusal to appear before the police to answer to accusations by some arrested suspects who alleged that the senator supplied them with arms and ammunition. Well, the Chief of Air Force, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, has promised to deploy 4 attacking and 1 training aircrafts to Enugu. He said this would help in tackling security problems in the southeast. Air Marshal Abubakar disclosed this during a groundbreaking and foundation-laying ceremony of Air Force Ground Training Command GTC Complex headquarters in Enugu. He disclosed that the purpose of it was to reposition the Nigerian Air Force to tackle insurgency in the country, and lauding Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi for his efforts at restoring lasting peace and unity in the states. The NAF chief noted that the establishment of the training complex would add value to the security of life and property in the country. Now, nearly 30 of the most respected African publishers from all 4 corners of the continent, as well as speakers and visitors from more than 20 countries, will be attending this year's International Publishers Seminar. Publishing for Sustainable Development in Africa is this year's theme for the International Publishers Association's 2018 seminar that will hold in Lagos, Nigeria.
For sustainable development. It means that publishing can do a lot of things in solving our problems as a nation. That one is very important. And it's our duty as an association to come up with the real awareness of the quality we made up of. We have a lot of people working in publishing companies. We have the booksellers, we have the authors, we have the printers. Imagine that change. It shows that we are generating a lot of employment.
Now, the theme is carefully put together to unite the voice of African publishers and writers, and it is believed that Africa will take a cue from the facts, opinions, and working strategies that will be shared at a seminar in Eco Hotels and Suites next week.
We are trying to promote the reading culture and the book trade in Nigeria because we discovered that #1 Nigerians, especially youth, don't want to go into reading again. They will tell you, why do I have to read? While I can sing, I can dance and hear millions of naira, why must I continue to waste my time reading? So that is why we have been trying to pass the information, the message to them, that whatever you want to become in life, you still have to read. And reading is good, as we have been saying, but we discovered that even the publishing aspect of it in Nigeria is not, it has to be looked into. And that is why we have been talking to government as well, that they should come into to support the publishing industry in Nigeria.
And the seminar, which is the first of its kind to hold in Nigeria, will also look at freedom to publish challenges in Africa. And that's the news this hour. Let's take a look now at today's weather forecast.
right, Friday sports updates are usually pretty exciting when you think about everything that's going to be happening.
That's going to happen over the weekend and then what has happened before. But then, hey, come on, good morning. Welcome to Sports on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Messi-Kennel. Now, manager Arsene Wenger will not be given a last chance to lift silverware with Arsenal after they were beaten 2-1 on aggregate by Atletico Madrid in the Europa League semi-final.
The cover of the Daily Sun and the headline, Bloodbath continues in Adamawa, 30 killed. Wow. 10 die in Taraba auto crash. Non-payment of salary, 5 college staff die of hunger in Abia. Insecurity, Southern Middle Belt leaders call for national emergency, insist on restructuring. Wike wishes Rivers APC peaceful Congress, urges members to be law-abiding. APC Congress, Apugo calls for peaceful conduct, Lords Kalu. A court remands Melaye in police custody, all on the cover of the Daily Sun.
On the cover of the Punch newspaper, it says South Middle Belt leaders to NAS, restructuring, or rather restructure, save Nigeria. Elder statesmen back polls reordering, berate Buhari's security chiefs over killings. A troubling image there of a tanker, and it says here 10 die, 20 injured in Taraba tanker fire. It also says here 3 killed as hoodlums clash in Ibadan. Lagos lawyer kills husband, cuts off private parts. It also says here $496 million aircraft. Senate panel fails to present probe report. And finally, Nigeria signs $2.5 billion currency swap deal with China. Wonder if that's a good idea. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
All right, up next is The Nation. And the headline, Presidency hits Obasanjo over Buhari's visit to U.S. President got all he wanted from Trump. Plans to return Alamiseya's $1 million loot underway. Melaye remanded in police custody. Lawyer held for killing husband in Lagos. 3 feared dead in Ibadan hoodlums clash. Senate House to pass budget next week. And finally, Nigeria, China in $2.5 billion currency swap deal. Like TT said, we're not sure if that's a great idea, but you know, let's see how that goes.
Best. All right, and that's all we have time for on the newspaper headlines for now.
All right, and of course, the newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
So it's about time for us to get fit again.
Yeah.
Okay, so we always act like we join them. We should be joining them in the garden more often. Actually. We should, really. We're getting lazy. But our fitness instructor is on standby just for you.
Okay. Welcome you all. As we join into today's workout segment on your number one, entertainment. Oh my God. Finish this game for me. Louder. Wake up, 90. Wake up, Nigeria. It's time for you to get yourself ready. We are about hitting the game. Are we ready? Let's see. The warm-up starts now. Old school jumping jack. Oh my God. Just a couple of numbers. And we are there. Let's see the lunges. And get a good twist. One down. One other lunges on the other side. Get. Ah, now let's see. Because we are going to be doing a lot of things this morning. Come on. Today's workout is going to be what? Ocha blem. Ocha pro. Ocha mono. Total arm and arms. Are we ready? Come on, let's go. No time for the weekend. We're going down. We are going to fight this game immediately. 90% close grip push-up at time. You can see why it's called 90. We are not on the lockout. Come on, look at that tricep movement. That's what we're looking at. Come on, keep coming. Keep coming. And break time. You don't need to get up. Down. We say total arms and arms. So cross that plank for me. Here we go. The plank. Cross the plank for me. I said cross the plank for anything. You can see. Stop the wall. Stop him, man. It's going on. I told you, man, today's going to be watch out, blem. Watch out, pro. Watch out, mono. Come on. And time. I need you to get up. Who says you don't have things to do? Start the ratchet up. Heart rate goes up with burpees. Come on. Hit the burpees chain for me. The only problem I have with burpees is if you cannot give me a good form, Do this modification if you are home. Start the floor and jump. Break time! Oh my God, we are adding something. Slow down for me. 90% what? Man, stay climber. Come on! Don't give me the locker. Bend your elbow a little bit. 90% in and out. Stomach is tight. The Bluetooth is tight. You are making sure you are breathing in and out. And you're having a flat back head. Or else you are what? Doing a yama yama for. We don't want yama yama. Break time. Break time. You want me to give you a breather? No way. Make sure you are rested as you walk. And what happens now? Go back there. We said it's going to be what? Ocha plapra. Ocha blem blem. Ocha mono mono. Tricep extension it is. Enough! Who said the women can't do tricep extension? There's a modification here. My CEO is giving me more modification. Come on. You can see in here, there's an advancement of it. Oh my God. Look at that tricep of it. I said today the hand is up. The arms are in stop. Break time! If you want to stand up, no way. Now we go. What do you do for me? Squat and drop. In and out. Very good form. In and out. In and out. Make sure you are breathing. Make sure you are keeping a good form. I want that back. Flat. Make sure you are breathing. Make sure the abdominal muscle are what? Tight and break time. Don't worry, I did this for it. I did it for it. Get up, get up, get up. The rest you have today, because we are telling you about it. Oh yeah, what's the jump inside? What's the jump inside? It should be tight. It should be tight. Almost, almost. Get down, get down. Let's finish this game flight. Go and let's go. Cross on him and say, Trevor. Cross the leg. Cross the leg. We are almost there. If you are home, and you did this with us, I tell you, you are going to be having with your blame, with your problem, with your mono. Arms are out. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next Friday. Keep watching. Wait. Nigeria. Thank you.
You can't have enough of Tony. You just can't. Well, it's time for what Mary Jane has for us today. You're welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Good morning to you. You can be sure that whenever Chef Mary Jane is around, it's going to be something cultural and fresh. Straight from the scratch. It's a forte. Let's find out what she has in mind for us this morning.
Okay, we'll be making ogbono soup today, the traditional Igbo way. You know, there's so many kinds of ogbono soup. Plenty types, range types, vegetables and all that. But today we're going to be doing ogbono soup. And we'll be doing it more with uziza vegetable.
Just so you know, the ingredients are currently on your screen to make your own ogbono soup. If you can't, if you don't have the ingredients right now, don't worry, you can always make it later. That's a good reason to scribble it down, okay? All right, so go on.
Okay, so let's get to what we have, what we're going to be cooking with.
Okay.
We have beef here.
Okay.
We'll be using intestines, and we're also going to be using shaki. Okay, so that's already boiling. It's almost done right here. Then here we have a grounded ogbono.
Grounded ogbono.
As in, it's grounded. Then we now have roughly blended, let's not use English too much, roughly pounded crayfish. Then we have the pepper here. Then we have Cameroon pepper here. That's the dry one. It gives it this kind of taste. Then here we have stockfish, we have dry fish, we have dawa dawa. Dawa dawa is
Hausa version
of locust beans. I'm sure you're like, this girl,
So
what's this thing with you and Iru and locust beans?
You are saying you want to make traditional Igbo soup, then you want to bring dawa dawa instead of ogiri.
You like trouble?
Now you talk, I'm just
Mary.
Salt.
So we have the salt, we have the red oil, and the vegetable is uziza. That's actually what I'm cutting.
You and uziza.
How many times have I used uziza now?
Go on.
Well, this is the uziza. That's just what it looks like. I'm actually dicing it, thinly diced, so
How did you achieve this round look?
I actually had to set the vegetable light.
Please, you reset it so that we can see how you set it.
I can't reset it again though, because
you
I
use
have
this one so to reset.
Yes, I will. And while it's all going on, but let me finish. My hand right now is very, very. So okay, I'm kind of done with this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
so what I did is I picked it up, cut off the head.
Okay.
And placed them on their cells.
Like you want to wrap moi moi.
No, this one is different. Sun is not moi moi runs.
But that's the way you're placing it
No,
now.
just keep putting it on top of itself. It's not like there's moi moi. We are not doing moi moi.
I did not say we are doing moi
It's
moi. I
not
said
like
you are putting
moi
it
moi.
like
It's naughty. It's
we
naughty.
are wrapping moi moi.
Okay, so you just turn it round.
Okay. Oh, you turn it into a roll more like.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And then
You cut it
I
off.
cut it into two first.
Oh.
Bent it. So you see, we have that.
Two halves of that. Is there a
round.
reason you're doing this?
No, I just want it to be easier when I'm cutting, so that I just don't keep looking for which one did I cut well or which one did I not cut well.
So they
and
all
I
cut
actually
evenly.
like the outlook in the soup when you have some tiny, long, nice vegetable coming out.
I just learned something new on cutting vegetables.
Yes,
Thanks.
it makes it easy and nice.
Okay.
And nice. I'm not going to put the knife through it again to make it tinier. No, I actually want it looking long in the soup when we are done.
So it's all right like this?
I'm very good.
I was actually initially thinking you're going to cut it
No,
into
I won't,
halves
because
again.
I actually want it to be this long. I actually want to see this long strip in my soup. I actually do want to see a long strip.
Like this?
Yes.
Nice.
But thinly cut, but a long strip.
Okay. So what are we doing next?
Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is 1 minute.
Okay. We're making ogbono soup today. I know so many people like ogbono soup, especially with their gari. When you take eba and ogbono soup, hey, your life will not remain the same.
Fortunately, you're not using gari today. We are jaborizing it, so we're actually
With
going
semo?
to be doing semo
I just had
today.
a feeling that's what you wanted to do.
We're doing semo today.
Why are you breaking my heart? I was ready to dig in with ebana.
Try something else. Get out of the
This is
Out of the-
food box.
out of the usual.
Okay. We'll
Okay,
see.
so I'm trying to wash the fish, and I want the water to be comfortably warm.
Okay.
Because I want all the white, whatever dirt is in the fish.
I was going to ask you why use warm water to
It
wash
removes
the
all
fish?
the oils,
Okay.
any oil, market
Particles and all
oil,
that.
dirt, you know, all whatever dirt. But what warm water will do is to remove all possible dirt.
Would it be okay to soak it in warm water for a while, though?
I need to look for the word that's really, the taste, everything in it will go with the water that you're going to throw away, and you don't want that. So we just need to warm it, as in wash it with warm water, so that when we cook it, everything is inside the pot.
The flavor, everything goes
Everything is
into
inside
the pot
the pot,
instead of
yes.
being lost.
But there are some fishes that after washing them, like the mangala fish, you have to soak it in hot water for a while.
Why?
Or warm water, so that it can, you know, it was very dry. It's very, very dry. So it needs to...
Soften up.
Yes, it needs to soften. And if you don't soften it, you can't even chew it.
Wow.
It's because of how dry it is.
You and this mangala.
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 Thank you.
Mangala. Mangala. It sounds like a song now, or at least the start of a song.
Mary, I'm not...
Okay, so when we get back, you'll be seeing us put all of this together. However, we have to go on a short break. We'll be back with a musical performance for you. Stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria.
Welcome back. So it's time for us to meet the Nigerian-born Tanzanian singer, Peace King David. She's a renowned Nigerian-Tanzanian gospel singer who's making great waves in the gospel music across Africa.
She is a recipient of the Hopeless Award 2017 and also a blogger.
And a writer.
And a writer and advocate for education in Africa, and so many other great things.
And hopefully she'll be giving us a performance later on the show.
Later on the show. Can't wait. Welcome to the studio.
So you're like a Nigerian ambassador in Tanzania, and we trust that you're representing us well. I mean, we can see, obviously, through your videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm trying.
It's great to have you join us this morning.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to
All
be
right,
here.
so tell us a bit about your background. Tell us how this musical journey started.
It started when I was about 9 years old, and music for me, it's like communication. And I can remember then if I had issues with my mom and I could not speak back at her, so I could just sing. And then even while in churches, even when I wasn't able to do it properly, I want to sing. Every opportunity I have, please, I want to do a special number. Okay. And it started that way, and then I started writing my songs. I wrote a whole lot of them, and when the opportunity, when preparation meets opportunity, sorry, it just clicks. And then Tanzania for me was where it just clicked.
Okay. Yeah. So you're married and your husband is based in Tanzania.
Yes.
Wow. So tell us what it's like there. We know that the gospel music scene in Nigeria is very vibrant. Yeah. And over the last 10 years, there's a lot of changes, and it's really picked up, and different churches have this big gospel music stars. What's it like in Tanzania?
I would say same in Tanzania, but they have not actually gotten to the level Nigerians are today. They're also looking at Nigerians as the model, the gospel artists there. Same, they have big ones like Christina Shusho, who I featured in one of my songs. And they're actually doing well. Okay, they're actually doing well. The only issue I had when I came in was the message they are passing. Some of them were not, they were not rooted. Actually, when you're doing gospel, when you're a gospel singer, you need to know more of the word of God, and so you can know actually the kind of message you're passing across. So it was more of they just pick here and there and then merge it together, and they just, So when I came in, like I said, I had been writing songs, so I actually picked up some of my songs. It all started like a joke because I wanted to just pass a message, to correct some things that I felt wasn't right for me. Yeah. And then just that way, and
okay, so I'm hearing, I feel like there's some things you're holding back. What was it that you wanted to pass across? What was that message?
What you sought to correct?
Okay, I got into Tanzania. I got to see a lot of Tanzanians going through a lot. I saw hopelessness. I saw a level of poverty, where I saw a country where foreigners come in and, they just take over. They are the ones doing well, and they're kind of pushing the citizen, you understand, to the back. And I needed to do something. For me, God is everything. I always say He's the one that sees my end from my beginning, and I believe that with God, they can actually pick up from wherever they are and push through. So that's when I did the first single I did, Namwamini Mungu Peke. I trust in God alone. He has promised never to fail me. I trust in Him alone. And the lyrics is saying that He has written my name in His palms of His hand. There's something He has for me. There's a plan He has for me. So in other words, in that song I was trying, there's something in the inside of you that God has actually put in there, because He cannot just make a container without a content.
So it was like a message of hope.
Yeah, it was a message of hope. Right. True gospel music, because I noticed that they actually celebrate gospel music.
So one of the things that you also wanted to, because you're a person of change, so even though you were doing something relating to change over in Tanzania, you were also doing something relating to change in Nigeria with the launch of your book, The Youths Are Angry, a few years ago.
Yes.
And so tell us about the vision behind that and why you were interested in Nigerian youth.
I wrote the book, The Youths Are Angry, while I was back in University of Calabar, just 2009. It was during the time there's this issue of militant and a lot of chaos of that. And I knew it was like, okay, the youths are angry, but why are they angry? Everybody, they're facing the government, didn't do this and didn't do that, a lot of issues. So I wrote a kind of a play. And in that play, it's trying to, there's something for everyone to do. There's a role for the parents, there's a role for the youth, there's a role for the government, there's a role for the police officers. We can put our hands together and, build a better nation than just pushing it one side. So it's a play. And when I wrote that play, it was approved. It was first approved in Enugu State from 2009 to about 2014. I came in Lagos. You know, I passed it for approval. It was approved from 2011 to 2014 till I had to finally join my husband in Tanzania. And then I was having a bit challenges to push the book.
But it was interesting for us to realize that you gave it out for free to a lot of
the schools.
Yes, I actually did that because when the approval the time for the approval lapses, I did come into Nigeria. I had some copies, and I said, no, so many youths need to read that. It's not. I'm not doing it because I want the money. There's a message I actually want them to get. So I went to some schools, and I you know,
very nice,
to them. You know, sometimes I get the students together. They do the play, the stage the play, and you know, at least there's something.
Thank you. I have to say thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, Peace King David, for joining us this morning. You're going to be performing later on, and I hope it's one of your Swahili songs because we definitely want to
hear that rich language.
Exactly.
And of course, we have to move along now. Mike is set to give us the scoop on what's happening in the cinemas. And before we go, let me just do this. May the 4th be with you.
Come on, Titi.
I had to. Come on.
Hey, Mike.
Okay, now, that was supposed to be a first quiz to win a ticket. But then, hey, come on, today is the 4th of May. Why is this day remarkable in the world of movies? Let me know. The first correct answer will get a ticket to go see a movie at the cinemas this weekend. This weekend or probably next week. Anyone. Just let me know. The first person that lets me know why May the 4th is an important day in movies. All right, let's check out the movies that you can see in the cinemas. We have 2 Marys in the house, but they are not the ones we're talking about. We're talking about Mary Magdalene. Of course, the setting is Judea.
Hey, it's Friday morning, TGIF.
Yes, sir.
On Wake Up Nigeria, we welcome you to another great edition of the show.
Friday edition of Wake Up Nigeria is always pumped, and we're all pumped, and Yomi's wearing a leather jacket. Ha! Just wanted to put that out.
You know, it's Star Wars. I'm thinking about going back into acting. So I used to be an actor, like, you know, way back, right out of school, in my early 20s. So I'm just trying to, you know.
In the First Testament. So really, we're getting the weekend started early. We've told you already what to look out for at the movies. But there's still so much more happening on today's show. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
Yeah, and I'm excited to be back as well. My name is Yomi Ope. We're streaming live right now, so just in case you're unaware, you know, of course, you know what the deal is at TVC Connect on Facebook and of course on tvcontinental.tv.
Very, very important to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. There's still a phone up for grabs.
Phone up for grabs. So already we have tweets coming in. People are sending in all the details about what was the question again?
So what does this mean?
Oh yeah.
Why is May the 4th so important?
It wasn't about this.
Okay.
It was about.
It's not a gang sign.
Why is May the 4th?
It's not a gang sign.
Why is May the 4th important in the movie industry? Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So still to come, we have a musical performance from Nigerian Tanzanian gospel singer Peace King David. We actually had a chat with her a bit earlier, and it was interesting.
And after that, we have Timini Egbuson joining us for a chat right here.
How do I look?
You look... wow.
Well, I trust myself. Why don't you trust me?
I don't have a problem with you. It's him I'm worried about.
All right, so lots happening on social media already. People are responding to
the answer is just very simple. Although you said someone had already given the answer.
Yes, so I saw a tweet with the correct answer.
Are you sure it was correct?
Yeah, it's actually Star Wars Day.
Oh my!
Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
But just a little bit. It's Star Wars Day, but then Star Wars holds the record for the fastest film to hit $1 billion. It did that in 12 days. Now, Avengers Infinity War is set to break that record this weekend and will do it in 8 days.
Wow.
So,
amazing.
That's just some trivia for you.
Yes, indeed.
But maybe like spoilers. I don't know what's up with hard spoilers.
I love spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil it for you.
I like to read or
maybe
see
Titi
stuff
would,
before finally
me.
watching it.
I don't know why.
I feel like you like to be influenced.
No, I like to know what I'm watching because it's a lot of money I'm spending. So if I don't understand,
Seriously. So this is all about the money.
Okay, so we have to go to the news now.
What about the craft, the culture?
Yeah, right.
Titi.
The efforts.
It's time for the news updates. I'm Blessing the host on standby.
Hello again. Senator Dino Melaye's troubles are mounting as a magistrate's court in his home state, Kogi, has ordered that he remains in police custody for the next 38 days, and that will be until June the 11th. The chief magistrate, Suleiman Abdullahi, refused the Kogi West Senator bail after he was charged with conspiracy, gun running, and kidnapping. The lawmaker was stretchered to court in a police ambulance around 9 a.m. local time. Before his arrival, heavily armed policemen were stationed within and outside the court premises. Melaye was declared wanted following his refusal to appear before the police to answer to accusations by some arrested suspects who alleged that the senator supplied them with arms and ammunition. The Chief of Air Force, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, has promised to deploy 4 attacking and 1 training aircraft to Enugu. He said this would help in tackling security problems in the southeast. Air Marshal Abubakar disclosed this during a groundbreaking and foundation-laying ceremony of Air Force Ground Training Complex GTC Complex Headquarters in Enugu. He disclosed that the purpose of it was to reposition the Nigerian Air Force to tackle insurgency in the country, and lauding Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi for his efforts at restoring lasting peace and unity in the states. The NAF chief noted that the establishment of the training complex would add value to the security of life and property in the country. Now, nearly 30 of the most respected African publishers from all 4 corners of the continent, as well as speakers and visitors from more than 20 countries, will be attending this year's International Publishers Seminar. Publishing for Sustainable Development in Africa is the year's theme for the International Association's 2018 seminar that will hold here in Lagos, Nigeria.
Talking of publishing for sustainable development, it means that publishing can do a lot of things in solving our problems as a nation. That one is very important. And it's our duty as an association to come up with the real awareness of the quality we made up of. We have a lot of people working in publishing companies. We have the booksellers, we have the authors, we have the printers. Imagine that change. It shows that we are generating a lot of employment.
Well, the theme is carefully put together to unite the voice of African publishers and writers, and it is believed that Africa will take a cue from the facts, opinions, and working strategies that will be shared at the seminar in Eko Hotels and Suites next week.
We are trying to promote the reading culture and the book trade in Nigeria because we discovered that #1 Nigerians, especially youth, don't want to go into reading again. They will tell you, why do I have to read? While I can sing, I can dance and hear millions of naira, why must I continue to waste my time reading? So that is why we have been trying to pass the information, the message to them, that whatever you want to become in life, you still have to read. And reading is good, as we have been saying, but we discovered that even the publishing aspect of it in Nigeria is not, it has to be looked into. And that is why we have been talking to government as well, that they should come into to support the publishing industry in Nigeria.
And the seminar, which is the first of its kind to hold in Nigeria, will also look at freedom to publish challenges in Africa. And with that, it's a wrap on the news for the hour. Let's take a look now at today's weather forecast.
Time now again for the sports update and stories about Arsene Wenger.
Of course, about his final days.
Yeah.
Of course, manager Arsene Wenger will not be given a last chance to lift silverware with Arsenal after they were beaten 2-1 on aggregate by Atletico Madrid in the Europa League semi-final. And that's all we can take on the sports this morning. Let's now take a look at headlines in the papers.
Thank you, Mike.
I don't know about you. I think I'm going to miss Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, we all will.
He's scowling face. He's always scowling, never smiling.
And the chewing gum. You know, he's always chewing gum. I don't know.
All right, we're only able to take just one or two papers.
Yeah, okay, let's start with the Vanguard. It says, insecurity restructuring. Senate will revisit devolution of powers, says Saraki. Southern Middle Belt leaders at National Assembly say Nigeria tottering on the edge. Why Buhari stopped over in London, according to the presidency. And on this codeine issue, drugs firm sacks worker shown in BBC documentary.
Wow.
I don't know how legal that is. On 2019, we'll conduct mock election for Buhari, Atiku, others, say the Northern youth. Boat mishap, family of 8, 14 others die in Akwa Ibom. Lagos lawyer stabs husband to death, chops off his manhood. 13 killed in Zamfara, fresh attack, 15 feared dead in Adamawa. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard.
All right, up next is the New Telegraph and the headline, Nigeria in critical condition. Southern Middle Belt leaders speaking to Senate there. And then Dogara, nothing must happen to Melaye, senator to be in custody till June 11. And also, experts, what $2.5 billion China currency swap means to Nigeria. And Dangote announces new appointments. And a couple of other stories there on the cover of the New Telegraph.
We have the Nigerian Tribune here as well. It says, South Middle Belt leaders visit Senate, condemn executive disregard for NAS. Nigeria on the edge of a precipice. Restructuring the only way out, they say. It also says here, CBN finally signs $2.5 billion currency swap agreement with China. That other story earlier, lawyer allegedly stabs husband to death, cuts off his manhood. That keeps coming up in all the papers. Yeah. Melaye to spend 38 days in police custody. His arraignment on stretcher, unacceptable, says Falano. His health is more important than his arraignment, says Dogara. Then finally, Ekiti holds breath as 33 APC aspirants fight for governorship ticket.
Wow, 33.
That's what we have on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune.
Well, that's about all that we can take on the newspaper headlines this morning.
And in fact, for this week, newspaper headlines are proudly supported by Dettol. Be 100% sure.
All right, we're going to go on a quick break and be right back with Mike Mesekeno and your reactions on social media.
Welcome back to the #1 show, breakfast show in the country. So we're getting straight up to your reactions on social media. We have quite a lot. So let's, first of all, let's see the person who answered first. The reason why May the 4th is this big in the movie world. Of course, we know that it's a day to celebrate the Star Wars franchise. Now, there's that word. Now, what happens is that the Star Wars franchise is all about rebellion. So the rebels, the rebels, the rebels. So there's a way they greet themselves whenever they are parting. May the force be with you. And so looking at it, May the 4th actually correlates with that. And so that's why, you know, Lucasfilm and all of that. So that's why. So May the 4th is for May the Force be with you, Star Wars Day. So let's look at the first person who actually got that particular answer correct. Yomi, do you have that name? Let me see if I can get it here. Because I'm going through the hashtag Wake Up Now. Remember, you have to use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. That's the only way we can sieve through and get your comments. And so that person will win a ticket. So let's see.
I'm just opening up my Twitter now.
Okay. We have quite a lot of comments today. Quite a lot. I'm just looking for the earliest one.
Yeah.
Now, if I call your own, it's not the earliest one. I have the right.
A bit too far.
I have a right to. Okay, I have a right
scrolling a bit too far.
take it back. Okay, let's see. The first comment for today at Dynamo_Dam, they say, "Yay! It's time for Wake Up Nigeria." That should be your reaction anytime you see Yomi and Titi in front of you to start the show. So can't wait to see what's cooking in the kitchen. Whoa, Mary Jane, ogbono soup, and what is this?
I'm seeing some interesting answers here. It says Spider-Man was launched on May the 4th, 2002. Not bad.
Wow.
See, that's
not a bad answer.
Wow.
You know what we call that? We call that OP. Out of point.
No, but if we're doing today in history, it would have been a very good one.
Okay, let's see. So what's the earliest one? Now we have quite a lot. People are talking about tickets.
I'm trying to find. There's someone, but the person actually said it's Star Wars Fans Day.
Okay, Star Wars.
Okay, but then let me take this comment.
So I don't know. So it's 17 minutes ago.
Okay. All right. I'll still get to that. Let's see.
Sorry, 18 minutes ago, I think.
All right. At God's Times EO says, "Hey, hearing Mike talk about six Infinity Stones got me thinking. Is my little niece is +1. Wish to give her a first cinema experience. Can she see? I don't know if she can get in.
I don't think she can see.
I don't think it's 13. It's rated 13.
Yeah.
So I don't think
for violence.
Yeah, she might want. Yeah, there's too much of clobber in there. But then it's yeah, just on the low. So I have such high expectations for the film Avengers: Infinity Wars that I firmly believe will be met or exceeded. Exceeded. All right, but I'm trying to keep them at a minimum. So I'm going to go with maybe Avengers: Infinity War isn't just a film. I agree with you on that one. It's a culminating finale.
This guy is watching it. He wants to go and watch it again. He's Damilola Kuti.
I think Google is his best friend.
At Dynamo_Damsey. It's actually the first part of the finale. Now, I had some scoopy yesterday that the second part, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Part 4, would be almost as long as 3 hours.
Wow.
Like, I'm looking at Bollywood level length of movie now, so that is quite something. It's, I can't wait for what's going to happen. Okay, at Olami 007 says, "I've heard about it. I can't wait to see my favorite Iron Man in action. Hashtag Wake Up Nigeria, hashtag Avengers Infinity War." Okay, let's see now. I hope that it's entertaining and informative. And I also love the okay. Talking about the show. I also love the exercise segment. I can't miss that one. Big shout out to T-Fit. You're the man. You're the man.
Okay. Frosh.
This is Dynamo_Namzi says, "There's a lot of things I love about Wake Up Nigeria." Wow. Is today Wake Up Nigeria Appreciation Day? It's always, every day. He's
laying it on thick, isn't he?
Right.
Same guy.
Same guy.
The way you guys handle the show is damn good. And the kitchen, I learn new things every day. Lord, the mouth-watering dishes, eh?
Dynamo Damsey.
No, someday we should just have kitchen outside and have our guests come around. Just have
like a barbecue.
A barbecue and all of
Very
that.
Nice.
Eh?
Actually, that would be fun. Having a grill outside.
Wake Up Nigeria barbecue.
So you know what happens?
With the fans.
Just let us know what you want. Just social media, you have the power. The power is in your hands. Let's make it happen. Okay, this is at _defrosh. I expect something mind-blowing from the movie, and I also want to see Black Panther's role in the movie.
Very significant role. No spoilers.
No spoilers, guys.
No spoilers, but very significant.
So now this is 23 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So
that's the first.
Underscore says, "Today is so important because it is known as Star Wars Fans Day."
We got you.
Is that correct? Is this Star Wars Day or Star Wars Fans Day?
Yes, it's actually to appreciate the fans. It's about the same thing.
Cool. So,
no, but Titi is the greatest fan here. She forgot to bring her lightsaber. She actually bought a lightsaber. Okay?
I bought two.
Two lightsabers. You know what a lightsaber is? That's in the movie, Star Wars. By the way,
my kids have really outdone themselves with it, so it's not working.
So these two came in earliest.
I couldn't bring it today.
All right, AB_Lightam says, "May 4th is important to movies because it is known as Star Wars Day." This is quite cool, but then we have to give it to
the first
_Leke. I would send you a direct message.
Fakiyesi.
Exactly.
Tolorun Leke.
Leke. You did it. You said it all. You said it all. All right, so that's it. She would win a ticket. We'll get across to her. That's all we can take on social media. Let's know what you think. We're talking about a fans' day, a day where you guys can come in and join and be a part of the show. Just let us keep on. Hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. That's all we can take now. Now, you saw Peace King David earlier on the show chatting with Yomi and Titi. Now, it's time for her to give us a taste of really good and soul-lifting gospel music. Let's check it out.
Sansui, Nigeria. Wake Up Nigeria. Namwamini Mungu pekee. Namwamini Mungu pekee. Ameahidi hatoniacha. Namwamini yeye pekee. Namwamini Mungu pekee. Namwamini Mungu pekee. Ameahidi hatoniacha. Namwamini yeye pekee. Yuko upande wangu, hivyo siumbishwi. Ameandika jina langu kiganjani mwake. Kaniahidi utajiri, maisha, tumaini na afya. Aliyeahidi anaweza kutenda. Namwamini yeye pekee. Namwamini Mungu pekee. Namwamini Mungu pekee. Ameahidi hatoniacha. Namwamini yeye pekee. Ni silaha yangu ya vita na mchungaji mwema. Nipitapo katika bonde la uvuli wa mauti, sitaogopa mabaya, kwani Mungu yupo nami. Ameahidi ni baba yangu. Namwamini yeye pekee. Namwamini Mungu pekee. Namwamini Mungu pekee. Ameahidi hatoniacha. Namwamini yeye pekee.
All right, welcome back. Timini is a Nigerian actor who is actually a graduate of psychology from the University of Lagos. But you know how it is. He decided, you know, this is not for me. But the heavy influence of his sister, Dakore Egwuson Akande, played a huge role in his career switch to acting.
He had his first role as Dozier in Tinsel and has since played other roles in many other movies and TV series. For instance, MTV Sugar, Happy Family, Rush, and The 31st.
Yeah.
And I think you were in 50 for a bit too.
I'm in 50. So basically with 50. First of all, hey guys.
Hey!
Very nice to have you join us.
Thank you for having me.
One of the things we didn't mention in the profile is that, you know, he has a disproportionately high number of female followers.
Oh,
I knew you were about to wash me.
Really? Disproportionate.
Yeah.
Disproportionate.
Would
so you have,
prefer
you know, when you have
men following him.
Hang on.
Actually,
when you have like 100,000 followers,
yeah,
and just like 1,000 are men.
Really?
That's
actually, I was looking at my Instagram analytics, and it's 90-10, so it's 90% female. And I'm like, guys, what do I need to do, guys? I mean, guys, can you follow me, please?
Maybe do some more manly stuff.
Maybe
some
I should.
Formula One or some football or something.
Maybe I should. But to be honest, I'm not really excited about that. Like in terms of sports, what I'm really excited about is acting and just you know. being a good influence. You know?
All right.
That's good. That's good. You know, one of the things that in a recent interview that I noted was you picked your sister as your mentor.
Yeah.
That's you know, first you admitting that, and you know, why did you decide that, okay, this is the person I'm going to pick as my mentor and not maybe any of the big stars, you know, in Hollywood, Nollywood?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, she's one of the biggest stars in Nollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant male, big
I
male
understand
stars,
that. And obviously, from studying psychology and me deciding to go into acting, I watched her. You know, but what was also very important for me was despite the fact that she was an actress, I always wanted to be sure that I also knew how to do this acting thing. So I shadowed her as a PA, not as someone that wanted to go into acting. Right. And then when she went on holiday one time, I just went for an audition. And that was the Tinsel audition. There were like 4,000 people there, and you know, I got a call back. You know, for me, acting is fun. I never just looked at it as a way of making money, but because she was able to monetize it, I then now said, okay, you know what, maybe I can do this, you know. And I also noticed that with male actors in the industry in general, there was kind of like a void or a gap where I felt like with my attributes and with my talent, I could definitely fill in, you know. So I went ahead, and to be honest, it's been great. It's like 9 years into it, or like officially, unofficially, you know, from the 9 to 5. And now I can say that, you know, I'm happy with the projects that I've chosen. It's been God. You know, Skinny Girl in Transit, which is a great show when you're talking about web series. Sugar, which is a great show. Yeah. One of the biggest productions come out of Africa, if not the biggest production. Then there was 50, you know, which was a movie, and then later on went in to become a series, which we shot two seasons. And then, you know, the list goes on. Isoken, the movie, which also broke bounds. Very nice, And then my first lead role in the cinema movie, Ajuaya, which came out last year, which also did really good. It was an NYSC movie.
So this is a no regrets kind of
Zero regret. Zero regret.
But if, for instance, you didn't go down this path, what would you have been doing?
So I wanted to first do child psychology. That was when I was still in my psychology you know, mode. But that kind of like quickly fizzled out. And then I now went into sales and marketing. So I was a sales and marketing executive. My MD at the time thought that I would be the best next thing out of West Africa. Wow. You know, because I guess, you know, I could do a good pitch, you know. But at the end of the day, I feel like I would have always found my way back into entertainment, you know, into acting, into producing, into directing, because I feel like there's a lot of movies coming out of Nigeria, let's say 1 million, but there's still like 5 million stories that need to be told. Yeah. And both of us can experience the same thing, but we'll never say the story in the same way, you know. So I feel like my own take and my own vision is something that we need in our generation as a culture. It's
funny that you would mention our generation, because it's there's quite a lot of things happening that's been going on in Nollywood and in the movie industry in the past maybe 5 years. There's been like a huge shift. And also not just that shift, but also like a connection that's making us global. Connection with Hollywood, connection with other African nations. So how are you taking advantage of this globalization in movies?
I mean, it's a very good time to be Nigerian. It's a very good time to be black. It's a very good time to be African. And I feel like the whole world has kind of like noticed that. But me, from the jump, I never really looked at it as being a Nollywood actor. I looked at Nollywood as being the first step in, you know, the steps of many, you know, that I'll need to take to carry my talent globally. Now, you can either decide to move to LA and decide to be an actor in LA and grind with 1,000 other people that are good looking and speak 25 different languages, or you could just, you know, hone your craft at home. I know for a fact that if Sony or one of these big industries one of these big networks come to Nigeria, they say, okay, who's popping? Who's young? Who's popping?
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
Check social media. They will see social media. And that's why I take my social media very seriously, which is underscore Timini, by the way. You know, because I know for a fact that those are the numbers, those are the statistics that they want to look at. So I'm just basically positioning myself so that when the time comes, I'm ready. And another thing is, a lot of people want to go into Nollywood. This Obono smell, man.
As in Chef Mary Jane has done herself.
A lot of people
injure you, man.
A lot of people want to go into Nollywood, but at the end of the day, and a lot of people want to get into Hollywood, but they're not working on making themselves good enough. These actors in Hollywood, they are actually quite good. So when you don't book a job and you're at home, instead of nagging about it, work on yourself. So I've constantly been working on myself. No formal training whatsoever, YouTube training, you know, and training from the quarry.
I was actually going to ask about that because you haven't had formal training, but do you understand whether that is the next step or not for you? Because even in Hollywood, a lot of the British actors are well trained, and they are taking over jobs acting jobs of those Americans.
American guys.
So I always feel like it's because the Americans are not as well trained as the British. So where are we going?
I feel like it's very tricky with training as an actor. There's a school of thought that says you can't be taught how to act. You react, you put yourself in a situation and you react. The training kind of takes away the uniqueness of your craft. That's what some people feel. Some people also feel that you need to be trained to be the best version of yourself that you can be. With me, I am, you know, kind of like on the fence. I don't want to go to film school for 1 year and come back and they're like, who are you again? What's your name again? Yeah, you know. So
that's one of the dangers of,
exactly.
of just taking off and disappearing, and people are wondering where you are, what's going on.
And also, the internet is a great place. I know. I mean, obviously, I can't say go to school on the internet, but the internet, there's information there for everybody. All these guys have master classes from Samuel L. Jackson to Keanu Reeves to Denzel Washington, where they're actually pouring out all they know, you know, and online. You can now, online for free. I mean, maybe not all of them for free. And that's also another thing I'm very passionate about, because I feel like our veterans that we have, Peter Doce, these guys that, you know, learned how to own the screen without any formal training whatsoever, like they just know how to do it. They need to also do master classes for us so that we can also learn from them. Every time I'm on a set and I'm working with a Precious Zoko or Rita Dominic or Genevieve or one of those people, I'm always excited because at the end of the day, I know that there's so much opportunity for me to learn. And without them even teaching me, I learn so much. There's little things that they do that, you know, know that it makes all the difference. So please, if you're watching, you guys beg them, let them do masterclass for us.
Moving on from
I was actually going to say,
movies.
I was going to say that, you know, all the ladies have been watching you talk business, movies, education. They want to know if you're single. Are you single and searching, or just single, or married, or?
Actually, to be honest, I am talking to someone right now. I am, and it's funny because I normally never say this online or anywhere, but I'm actually talking to someone right now. Maybe it's Davido that has caused this assurance thing, so maybe that's why I'm a bit more confident to say it. But I am actually talking to someone right now because I mean, time don't they go now.
Somebody special,
somebody very, very special. You know?
Wow, very nice, very nice.
Oh, wait, okay. So how did you meet her?
Now you started. Can we
at least give us a little hint? Was it in school? Where was it?
I didn't school, okay.
I'm asking.
No, I met her. It's very recent. It's not a lot to talk about yet, but she's an amazing person, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of.
Very nice. Very nice. I hope she can make good ogbono.
You know, she's a great cook. She's a great cook.
We have to go.
Oh, you know that already?
Yes. No, it was not about the food looking nice. You have to taste it.
Something for you.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Okay, let's go to the kitchen and figure out what Chef Mary Jane has put together.
All right.
And. Really, they say the way to a man's heart.
I'm not trying to fall in love with you, please. I'm in a relationship.
You see them. All right, here you go.
Sit down here. Thank you very much.
All right, this is Chef Mary Jane.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
That's the other Mary.
Yeah.
The other Mary.
That should be our new tag, run.
Yeah.
Mary and the other Mary.
Yeah. We're also going to have...
I kind of won.
We're going to have... Peace David come in and join us as well soon.
Yeah. We initially were going to have Semo, but I said Eba Nokono seems more like it.
Oh, look at that.
That's exactly what we're having.
Doesn't that look evil though?
Okay, so you're welcome to the kitchen. Chef Mary Jane will tell you about the
Okay, that way. You forgot to invite all your guests.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just help you adjust this.
Yeah, gentleman of the day.
So you can be on the same level with her.
All right.
Miss King, welcome. We're talking about the soup.
Okay, you need to move along now.
Chef Mary Jane will tell you about it.
Okay, step in.
This fork and knife for there, but I don't know about that.
So you want to
want like water to
bring
wash
your
my
bowl of...
We're in the studio. When we're in the studio, we do at the buttons.
Okay. Okay, fair
Mary
enough.
Jane, please tell us about it.
Okay, we made ogbono soup today. This is a typical Igbo soup. The main I almost went active ingredient. Okay. The main ingredients in it is the ogbono. Then we have the dawa, which is the Hausa version of locust beans. Then we have these leaves called uziza.
Wow, uziza.
Uziza leaves. Yes.
All
And
right.
that's what gave this long, stripy, greeny looking.
Okay, so Mary Jane, you know you've been talking for a long time. Please let
Let's
them
just get this with.
let them.
Hold on a second. I
Okay.
need to
All
serve
right,
it.
move it along.
So, should I bring the
Go ahead.
plates?
Yeah,
Okay.
got it. Whoosh. Yes,
I mean,
indeed.
my gym instructor is not going to like that I'm eating a
That's why
banana.
it's small, it's not big. But something
it's just a little
small.
bit.
Just something
Okay.
small.
Fair enough.
Okay, so just have as much soup as you want.
No, you can do the
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
So Timini has
All
a
right.
gym
I used to
instructor.
think it's ladies first.
Yes, so.
I'm actually
Oh
so.
my God. I was just looking at how he's put. No,
Is
it's
there a
men
rule?
first.
Is there a rule that
Don't
says
worry,
ladies
men
first?
first.
Hell,
Equal
hell.
opportunity now. You
Today
guys
are
have been
talking
crying.
plenty. We should do
Why,
fast.
Today is men first.
why are you doing men first now?
Today
Mary
is men
Jane,
front
we've
of the
had
rest
this
of the
No,
conversation.
it's
made
actually
a
for her.
mistake.
It's actually for her.
Oh, you see, you see. Oh,
That's
You'll
how
not be
you know.
complaining about 90% analytics.
Exactly.
Tilted
all right,
towards
Yomi.
women.
So we have to wrap up now.
All
We
right,
have to
all
wrap
right,
up.
all right, all right.
All right, so because
Where's my camera?
yeah, I'm right there.
Okay.
Okay, so of course we've had an amazing week and we are about to usher in another amazing weekend. We'll be
Big
back
thank
on Monday.
you to Homely NG, our friends,
you
for the kitchen accessories.
And of course, shout out to Fola's Place for styling our hair. Thank you to all the guests that have been here today. Thank you. Peace.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
His King,
It was fun.
Yes.
David,
You guys should
and
make
of
sure you
course,
call me again,
the one and
Ah,
only
please, you're
Timini.
welcome.
Thank
You're
you
welcome. Please taste
Please
the
have a
food.
taste.
Please.
We will be back
Let me just taste
again
this
on Monday. Thank God it's Friday though, because we're
Me
finally
boss
going to
talking
get
Points
plenty
have
there.
Big thank you to Chef Mary Jane.
Yes.
Can I have some more, please?
Yes, of course.
Oh, God, that
So
was
Mary,
okay for you.
Mary Jane, we love you. See you again next Friday.
All right.
This weekend.
Make sure you
Bye.
watch our show back to